Video, I wanted to address a situation that has come up in the last year or maybe 2 years, something to that effect. Um, and it concerns going out as I like and other gender nonconforming people going out as they like. Um, I'm going to be on it, or I'm going to first go back in the time. Before the lockdowns, my girlfriend and I went out with impunity, decked out. And I would go decked out in my Morticia look or my Susie look or my uh, Roz Williams look or something to that effect, or just plain femme androgynous as you see here with full makeup and everything. And my girlfriend would go in some wild looking belly dancer look or just a wild uh, gypsy looks like that. During the lockdowns, there was the whole trans groomer stuff that was popping up on X and on social media and things like that. And I noticed before the lockdowns, when we were doing our thing, um, we would get compliments. We would get the worst we would get is maybe dark looks. Like looks like what the hell are you doing? How dare you? That sort of thing. But during the lockdowns, there was a whole trans groomer thing and gays against groomers and all that stuff started popping up. And what happened was gender nonconformity somehow got lumped in with the trans umbrella. I, for one, didn't want that. I'm not trans. I'm not gay. I shouldn't be in that group. I don't want to be taking their fire, shall I say. I just want gender nonconformity, or as I used to call it, androgyny, to be accepted a lot more. And that's what I was doing. That's what my girlfriend and I were doing. We were trying to get it a little bit more out there, and we were kind of doing good. Um, but what has happened now is after the lockdowns, there's been hostility. I have detected, I've felt it being more hostile towards dressing outside the norm. And I just want to put out right now, I have zero intention of invading women's spaces. I have zero intention of grooming kids. I have zero intention of any of that sort of thing. Encouraging kids to give it a shot, hell yeah. But not the not anything that is being connected to the whole trans lobby, trans activist thing that's happening where they're trying to pressure minors to literally transition to change their sex. Um, what has been discomforting, though, is, um, like I said, it's just gotten more difficult to go out like you see. Um, and it's been working on me for a while, I'll be honest. I don't want to be connected to groomers. I don't want to be connected to pedophiles. I don't want any of that sort of connection. And I think it's wrong to connect trans people to that as well. I think that's kind of screwed up as well. Yet I'm seeing it. I saw a lot of it during the lockdowns and what was going on with the gays against groomers nonsense. Um, I mean, I saw people freaking out because a librarian in a uh, children's library was gender nonconforming. He wasn't a drag queen. He wasn't any of those things. He was someone. When I heard the description, he sounded very much like me, except he had glittery uh, long nails, acrylic nails. The guy went who identified as a male um, was filling in for someone who was not at the working in the children's library that the day that this other woman saw this guy and just absolutely lost her. Cool. That's it. That's what I wanted to make the video about. I don't know if you've been seeing these videos of the trans people who are like in public places losing their crap over being misgendered. Now, being misgendered sucks. I get it. Okay? I get misgendered all the time. Funny thing is, I get misgendered as she, even though I'm not a she, but I'm dressed like one. See, before the lockdowns, people knew that I was a dude and that I was androgynous. And people would understand, only a couple of people would call me she, but it was genuinely because they thought I was a girl. I thought I was a female. Nowadays, when they do it, I'm thinking they're doing it because they don't want to get in trouble for misgendering me. So I don't know if it's genuine. Wow, he actually blurred those lines, or wow, that guy. Oh man, he could just explode at any moment. And that's what I was making this video about. I'm glad I finally remembered. Yeah, it's the public displays of explosions about being misgendered. There's this one individual who they always have the camera focused on their face. They're always eating some meal, and people walk by and they just start chewing people out for not using the right pronouns or something to that effect. What this is causing is for individuals like myself to cause people to feel uncomfortable, more uncomfortable than they used to be before the lockdowns. Like they're walking on eggshells, that they're scared that I am going to lose my crap and start tearing into these people. Like the video store person who was like, it's ma'am, it's ma'am. You know, first of all, I don't care what pronouns you use for me, okay? Though, what I will do is even when looking like this, or even when really looking feminine, and someone uses female pronouns, I'll be like, nah, don't worry about it, I'm a dude. And a lot of the time, what I've noticed is when I do that, the individual will have a look of surprise, sometimes a look of being impressed, and then they will have a look of relief because they will know that I'm not going to lose my crap and explode on them and try to cancel them for using the wrong pronouns. This pronoun thing and these videos that I've been seeing on X by this certain individual, I don't know what their name is, I just see these videos and I just cut it right out. It's like, okay, I've seen you before and I've seen what you do, and I think it's really, really damaging. I think it's hurting gender variance to a great degree. I'm trying to not be offensive, but I am just really troubled by what I have seen in these circles, and I think they're setting things back. I think these behaviors are setting things back. I was in a Reddit group because I was looking for, because if I ever have to look for a job, I do want to wear a dress. I do want to wear a dress or a skirt suit. And so I was looking up gender nonconformity job interviews. And I came across this one response to a person who was asking basically the same thing. They were a trans person. They worked in HR. And this is a Reddit response. This person said, well, I work in HR, and if I detect even a hint of trans, I'm not hiring. What? You are not going to hire someone if you detect even a hint of being trans? And then the person said, so if you were a guy and you came in wearing gender nonconforming clothing, you wouldn't have a chance. I wouldn't even interview you. It's like, what? You're trans. What the hell? I did look a little bit more, and some people did say, whoa, what the hell? What are you doing? What they were saying is a public-facing job position has different criteria or some weak ass excuse like that. It's it wouldn't fly. It shouldn't fly. Okay. I'm just worried about what is happening. I'm getting worried about the connection or the fear of seeing someone who is gender variant or gender nonconforming and thinking that that individual is going to explode, or if in a workplace is going to cause a lawsuit or something over microaggressions and stuff like that. I can assure you that I wouldn't do that. If you're, I mean, I wouldn't do that. All I request is that I can appear as I want within reason, of course. I wouldn't have really dark goth makeup and that sort of thing. And I think that's how it should be. I think, you know, as you all know, I would like gendered dress codes or sex-based dress codes to be abolished. I'm gone. Um, but you know, the way things are going, that's not going to happen. Um, but that's really the extent of what I wanted to say. I hope I didn't offend anybody, and if I did, I didn't mean it. I'm just speaking off the cuff. Um, I really hope things settle down. I want to get back to how it was before the lockdowns. I really would like to have me and my girlfriend going out, decked out, and having what we experienced back then, opposed to the hostility that seems to be around these days. So I'm still going out. Last weekend we tried to go to a rose garden, and I was decked out similar to what you see here. And unfortunately, the rose garden was closed, private event. So um, yeah, I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up at all. I'm going to continue to try to encourage others to just break free of gender rules, limits, and stereotypes. So, that's all I have to say. Have a good day. Bye bye.